Hey there gamer guys and gals, I'm Richie and you're watching IG Critic. In this week's segment, we'll be featuring protagonists that possess caches of alternate costumes so extensive, they really should have their own label. IG Critic proudly presents 7 costume crazy collectors in video games. Victorian London, a time of industry and revolutionary ideas. Though if anyone says these ideas involved steampunk as a trend of the times, you can count them as historically inaccurate. Alice always did march to the beat of her own drum, especially when it comes to the state of her mental health. In the real world, she may dress down and drab, as befits her station, but in her imagination, she is fancily dressed for any occasion, no matter how many floating pus babies are involved. On her adventures, she has a wonderland of clothes. She has a different dress for every level, every state of mind, utilising every oddity to ever boggle the brain cells. One man's fashion faux pas is another girl's treasured trend. From stylish steampunk, to royal red, to watery wraith. Some costumes have even been inspired by the characters that help and hinder her. Yet no matter how hard we try, we cannot understand this tendril-esque flesh fashion. Kids today. Alice isn't the only one who has a wonderland of clothes. When it comes to dressing for the occasion, this superhero has had more costume changes over his long career than I've had hot dinners. Trust me, that's a lot. Spider-Man. People tend to forget that beneath the mask, Peter Parker is a very clever scientist. He is responsible for the classic red and blue we all know and love. Combine his intellect with his superhero know-how, and he can adapt his costume as many times as it takes to suit his needs. He even clothed his way through his identity crisis, which produced some stunning Spidey alternatives. Our favourites include the symbiote suit, both Ben Reilly costumes, and Spidey 2099. Look how tech shiny it is. Aside from alien symbiotes and gifts from Tony Stark, he creates them all himself. He clearly loves his original design. We all do. It's been his stable fallback for decades. Yet every so often, he just can't help utilising his scientific creativity and sewing skills, thank you Aunt May, to envisage a new spectacular Spidey suit. These days, the games even include content from the comics and the movies. Who's excited for the PS4 Iron Spider? Do you prefer the comic or the movie version? Comment below. Keeping up with the ever-changing tides of fashion takes a lot of confidence. It's about style, looking good, feeling good, and most importantly, having a place to put your pistols. Lara Croft. For the longest time, she stuck to her trademark tank top and shorts, even in the coldest climates. Eventually, she gave in to the changing fashions. There's always jokes about girls with wardrobes the size of houses, but she actually has one, so why not fill it up with gowns and gear for exclusive events and extreme excavations? Check out the lady in the red dress. Her profession requires her to explore the harshest of nature's environments, and she must be prepared to confront any climate. The weather isn't the only basis for her wardrobe. Depending on the specific game, her mansion holds many choices that should cater to anyone's taste, whatever the quest ahead. Rest assured that however confining her evening wear, her dual pistols are always close at hand. Where does she keep those things?
Where'd you get those?
Basic etiquette. Never arrive at a party empty-handed.
No matter what she wears, when it comes to action platforming, she has always been a golden gal. It was too good a pun to resist. Even in video games, characters can have their own unique sense of style, whether they be archaeologists, adventurers, or even the President of the United States. The President from Saints Row 4. Having nothing fancy to wear is not the end of the world. However, when the end of the world actually happens, unless you happen to be a happy nudist, you'll probably find an alternate in the same jumpsuit rather daunting, no matter how space-agey it is. When you live in a Matrix-like simulated world, anything goes, and that includes how you want to dress. Or not dress for those happy nudists. By unlocking merch outposts scattered throughout the city, you can vastly expand your wardrobe for a nominal fee. You even have costumes for your weapons. You're in a fantasy world, why not become a fantasy character? Noble knight, furry critter, cowboy, debutante. There's a lot of snazzy options. I always opt for Nightblade. Even the gang gets involved. Raise their loyalty enough and they will don themselves in their snazziest attire to stick it to the man. Or alien invader, however the case may be. Though you can sculpt how the character looks, they are still defined by the core principle that they are the president and follow the story as scripted by developers. It's following this logic that we allow ourselves this next entry. The residents of South Park in the Stick of Truth. The baddest boys in comedy finally graced mod-gen consoles in the Stick of Truth on the PS3, and they bought every costume cutout with them. Check out their wardrobes in their respective houses throughout the town and discover knickknacks from the series. Can you name them all? The developers have packed in as many Easter eggs and fan favourites as they could muster, littering the neighbourhood with golden oldie goodies from the whole history of the series. And that extends to what you can wear and wield in battle. The further you progress, the more goodies you can collect to personalise your appearance. Even though some of the costume choices available are more than a little questionable.
And here, of course, is the breathtaking and lovely Princess Kenny, the fairest maiden in all the kingdom. Don't ask why Kenny wanted to be a chick, it's just how he seems to be rolling right now.
Whether your fave South Parkians are Trekkies, crab people, or even underpants gnomes, you can fulfill any fantasy you want. Or don't want. It's all about perspective, really. The problem of having a lavish wardrobe is the time it takes to get each outfit looking just right. Our next heroine doesn't have to worry about that though, she's just magically fashionable. Yuna from Final Fantasy X Part 2. Yuna and the Gullwings are an adventurous trio, always facing danger with a fashionable flair. If you aren't familiar with the gameplay of Final Fantasy X Part 2, it's like an amalgamation of Tomb Raider and Gem and the Holograms. Yuna, the High Summoner, is so crazy about collecting costumes that it's actually part of her battle system. She can change on the fly any turn she chooses. No alterations of the clothes, they are as they come. As you change appearance, a new command set will open up in the battle menu. Mastering the art of the quick change is a hobby she shares with her girlfriends Riku and Pain. Each dress sphere bestows an outfit that grants a unique set of skills. Mastering the moves will prepare you for almost any given situation or maniacal monstrosity. By varying the outfits of the group, you'll find a good mixture will complement the team's effectiveness, or just get you pummeled. Whether your style is glamour or gadgetry, there's bound to be an attack style that takes your fancy. Clothes aren't only used to symbolise status and character. They can create a multitude of impressions, from appearing warm and friendly to instilling hearts with fear. Batman. Bruce Wayne has the bank balance and determination to do any batty thing he wants. Though he prides himself on keeping up to date with the latest military tech and equipment, he never forgets his roots, and this is reflected in some of his many wardrobe choices. His apparel may not be as colourful as his superhero brethren, but that's no reason the Batman can't have his own collection or even arsenal of outfits to reflect his bat fetish. One of the most badass renditions is the one inspired by Batman Beyond. Look at him, he's a one-man army! He's got a Batcave of storage space, so why not expand his collection? He can afford it. With his trademark scowl, he would look menacing no matter what he wore. Whether it's the classic black and grey, or even the blue and grey. But put him in outfits like these, and he becomes a living nightmare. With all that rooftop prowling, his threads need to be durable, flexible, with the adaptability to be both discreet and frightening. If colourful combat is more your thing, try Robin instead. Those were just 7 costume crazy collectors in video games. Which alternate outfits are your favourite? What characters do you cosplay? Please share your opinions and suggestions in the comments section below. As the saying goes, everyone's a critic. I'm Richie, see you next time. Thank you for watching IG Critic. If you enjoyed viewing it as much as we did making it, then please remember to give a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. For more on video games, feel free to check out our other content here on YouTube and over on igcritic.com.